Hello, hello, hello.
Going here, now shall we? I'm watching. Guess what? Here we go.
I'm all alone in this world, she said. Ain't got nobody to share my bed. Ain't got nobody to hold my hand. The truth of the matters, I ain't got no man. Big boy opened his mouth and said, trouble with you is you ain't got no head. If you had a head and used your mind, you could have me with you all the time. She answered, babe, what must I do? He said, share your bed and your money too. Yeah. Whoa. He said, share your bed and your money too. He said, share your bed and your money too. He said, share your bed and your money too. Big boy opened his mouth and said, trouble with you is you ain't got no head. If you had a head and used your mind, you could have me with you all the time. He said, share your bed and your money too. Hey, yeah. He said, share your bed and your money too. Money too.
All right. Let me get this all going here. Let's play this one. A certain lady, Dorothy Parker.
Oh, I can smile for you and tilt my head and drink your rushing words with eager lips and paint my mouth for you a fragrant red and trace your brows with tutored fingertips. When you rehearse your list of loves to me, oh, I can laugh and marvel, rapture aside, and you laugh back, nor can you ever see the thousand little deaths my heart has died, and you believe so well. I know my part, that I am gay. holding hands and gently whispered things. And you are pleased with me and strive anew to sing me sagas of your late delights. Thus do you want me marveling, gay and true, nor do you see my staring eyes of night. And when in search of novelty you stray, oh, I can kiss you blithely as you go. And what goes on, my love, while you're away, you'll never know.
I need joints. Yeah, I really like that one. This show tonight, I just decided to put a few things together. Took 4 or 5 from this folder, 4 or 5 from this folder, 2 or 3 from that folder, and I was like, I'm just going to do it and play them in this kind of order here because, let's just do it. Like this one.
I've stayed in the front yard all my life. I wanna be at the back, where it's rough and untended and hungry weed grows. A girl gets sick of a rose. I wanna go in the back and maybe down the alley to where the charity children play. I want a good time today. They do some wonderful things. They have some wonderful fun. My mother sneers, but I say it's fine. How they don't have to go in at 8:45. My mother, she tells me that Johnny May will grow up to be a bad woman, that George will be taken to jail soon or late. On account of last winter, he sold our back gate, but I say it's fine. Honest, I do. And I'd like to be a bad woman too, and wear the brave stockings of night black lace, and strut down the street with paint on my face.
one of the reasons I love that one is that's like the first ever time Suno did that fade out there at the end. It's just, so we did that one. We did that one. Then we did that one. Oh, this is an awesome one too. It's called Beggar to Beggar Cry by William Butler Yeats.
Time to put off the world and go somewhere and find my health again in the sea air. Beggar to beggar cry, being frenzy struck. Make my soul before my pate is bare, and get a comfortable wife and house to rid me of the devil in my shoes. Beggar, beggar cried, being frenzy struck. The worst devil that is between my thighs. And though I'd marry with a comely lass, she need not be too comely. Let it pass. Beggar to beggar cried, being frenzy struck. But there's a devil in a looking glass. Nor should she be too rich, because the rich are driven by wealth as beggars by the itch. Beggar to beggar cried, being frenzy struck. And cannot have a humorous happy speech, and there I'll grow respected at my ease, and here amid the garden's nightly peace. Beggar to beggar cried, being frenzy struck. The wind-blown clamor of the barnacle geese. Barnacle Key.
Hey, Indigo, how's it going? Yeah, I just, like I said, I'm bored, and I was like, I'll just go ahead and play some music Friday night. I ain't doing anything, which is usually how it is, and what the hell? So we're going to be doing this playlist. I'm going along. It's in alphanumeric order, so I'm like playing every other one, and we'll just see how it goes. So this one is Henry Kyler Bunner, whatever. It's called Feminine.
The autumn's eager hand, his red gold grasp, and she was silent till from skies grown drear fell soft one fine first snowflake, and she clasped my neck and cried, "Love, we have lost a year."
Well, let's keep on going.
Cannot live except mutually. We alternate, aware or unaware. The reflex act of life, and when we bear our virtue onward, most impulsively, most full of invocation, and to be most instantly compelling certs there. We live most life, whoever breathes most air, and counts his dying years by sun and sea. But when a soul by choice and conscience doth throw out her full force on another soul, the conscience and the concentration both make mere life, love for life, and name consummating is love in swoon. As nature's magnetic heat rounds pole with
Hey Kathy, how's it going? How was your day? Yes, it's evening now, even over there. So, good evening. Progress is always good, even a little bit. Yeah, slowly but surely, this is becoming yourself. Just now need to find a better second job. Well, just keeping your fingers crossed. Oh, you know, I like to say the universe provides. Hopefully it will. You'll figure it out. All that other stuff. In the meantime, we're going to listen to this one. Oh, one art, Elizabeth Bishop.
The art of losing isn't hard to master. So many things seem filled with the intent to be lost, that their loss is no disaster. Lose something every day except the fluster of lost door keys, the hour badly spent. The art of losing isn't hard to master. Then practice losing farther, losing faster. Places and names and where it was you meant to travel, none of these will bring disaster. I lost my mother's watch, and look, my last door, next to last of 3 loved houses went. The art of losing isn't hard to master. Lovely ones and vaster. Some realms I owned, 2 rivers, a continent. I miss them, but it wasn't a disaster. Even losing you, the joking voice, a gesture I love, I shan't have lied.
Hey, Lady Jane out. Yeah, it's nice to see you. Yeah, West Coast. The me going on in the morning just kind of happened organically and stuff. But I'm starting school Monday, so especially on Fridays. Fridays is for the next 5 weeks or so. Fridays is going to be test days, so I'll probably be doing an evening show this time Friday because I got no life and I got no not much else to do. But yeah, Kathy here is on the West Coast, and she's up early enough that she catches it. But that's like 4:30 in the morning there. Yeah, well, there's always the replay too. But anyway, thanks for joining me now. And like I said, I'll be doing more in the evening times too, probably more on the weekends. Because a lot of my free time during the day is going to be taken. Yes, I don't know if I'm a glutton for punishment or not, but hey, we'll always figure it out. Well, we'll figure it out here. Ugh, dogs. All right, where was I? Here, I was that one here. Ooh, let's listen to this one. This is a remix I did from one of the Ancient Mariner tracks. I like it a lot too.
western wave was all aflame. The day was well nigh done. Almost upon the western wave rested the broad bright sun. When that strange shape drove suddenly betwixt us and the sun, and straight the sun was flecked with bars, heaven's mother send us grace. As if through a dungeon grate he peered with broad and burning face. Alas, thought I, and my heart beat loud, how fast she nears and nears. Are those her sails that glance in the sun like restless gossameres? Are those her ribs through which the sun did peer as through a grate? And is that woman all her crew? Is that a death? And are there two? Is death that woman's mate? Her lips were red, her looks were free, her locks were yellow as gold. Her skin was as white as leprosy. The nightmare life in death was she, who thinks man's blood with cold. The naked Hulk alongside came, and the twain were casting dice. The game is done, I've won, I've won, quoth she and whistled thrice. Hulk alongside came, and the twain were casting dice. The game is done, I've won, quoth she and whistles thrice. Quoth she and whistles thrice. Quoth she and whistles thrice.
It's always nice to be in a good place, try to get back to your old self. But like most things, it takes time, which is unfortunate because time's one of those things that, something we don't like to think about, but hey, none of us are getting any younger. But, it's a safe place here too. The only rule is don't be a dick. No unpleasantness here. Oh, let's see here. All right, so we played that one. Oh, this is going to be a heavy one here, but you'll like it. Song for Ishtar, Denise Levertov. little difference. This one's Hey, Misha.
Why should she give her bounty to the dead? What is divinity if it can come only in silent shadows and in dreams? Shall she not find in comforts of the sun, in pungent fruit and bright green wings, or else in any balm or beauty of the earth? Things to be cherished, like the thought of heaven. Divinity must live within herself. Passions of rain, or moods in falling snow, grievings in loneliness or unsubdued, elations when the forest blooms gusty, emotions on wet roads on autumn nights, all pleasures and all pains, remembering the bough of summer and the winter branch. These are the measures destined for her These are the measures destined for her soul.
Hey, Misha. Yeah, I'm glad you caught alive. You know, usually like I go live in the morning, but hey, I said earlier I'm probably going to start doing more in the evening. Who knows? I ain't got much of a life, so. But yes, it's nice of you to drop by and hope you're well and all that stuff. So let's see what we're going to play next here. Since I'm playing them in this particular order here, that was that one. So this is Teresa. I think this is well, let's just play it. It's Teresa by Richard Wilbur. I think it's country.
After the sun's eclipse, the brighter angel and the spear which drew, a bridal outcry from her open lips. She could not prove it true, nor think at first of any means to test by what she had been wedded or possessed. Not all cries were the same. There was an island in mythology called by the very vowels of her name. waves of the sea, changed by a wand, were made to squeal and cry as heavy captives in a witch's sty. The proof came soon and plain. Visions were true, which quickened her to run. God's barefoot errands in the rocks of Spain, beneath its beating sun, and lock the oath of ecstasy within. The tempered consonant of Disitan. Came soon and plain. Visions were true, which quickened her to run. God's barefoot errands in the rocks of Spain, beneath its beating sun, and lock the oath of ecstasy within. The proof came soon and plain. Visions were true, which quickened her to run. God's barefoot errands in the rocks of Spain, beneath its beating sun, and lock the oath of ecstasy within. Tempered consonant of discipline.
Yeah, we're glad you're here too. Yeah, I do a lot of chair dancing myself. Oh, it's fun sometimes, ain't it? Let's see where we're at there. We played that one. Go down to the T here, Teresa. Oh, I'm not even quite to the halfway mark yet. Oh, you're going to love this one, Misha. This is one of my faves. This could be a hit so bad. I wish I could get this one, if anything, on the radio. Oh, my Lord.
There are hermit souls that live withdrawn in the place of their self-content. There are souls like stars that dwell apart in a fellowless firmament. There are pioneer souls that blaze the paths where highways never ran. But let me live by the side of the road and be a friend to man. Let me live in a house by the side of the road where the race of men go by. The men who are good and the men who are bad, as good and as bad as I would not sit in the scorner's seat, nor hurl the cynic's ban. Let me live in a house by the side of the road and be a friend to man. I see from my house by the side of the road, by the side of the highway of life, the men who press with the ardor of hope, the men who are faint with the strife. But I turn not away from their smiles and tears, both parts of an infinite plan. Let me live in a house by the side of the road and be a friend to man.
one's going to be a little heavy. Ha
I had a little sorrow, born of a little sin. I found a room all damp with gloom and shut us all within. And little sorrow weeps, said I, and little sin prayed God to die. And I upon the floor will lie and think how bad I've been. Alas for pious planning, it mattered not a whit. As far as gloom went in that room, the lamp might have been lit. My little sorrow would not weep. My little sin would go to sleep. To save my soul, I could not keep my graceless mind on it. So up I got in anger and took a book I had and put a ribbon on my hair to please a passing lad. And one thing there's no getting by, I've been a wicked girl, said I. But if I can't be sorry, why, I might as well be glad.
I hate that when it happens. It's been one of those weeks today, or a week of Mondays on a Monday. Oh, sending good vibes, man. Yes, that does sound exhausting. That means, yeah, more air conditioning work. That means working on hot roofs. Yeah, that's why I made it. Yeah, when we did the reaction on that one, it wasn't right, so I knew what to do with that one. Was blues it up, heavy blues. Yeah. Let's see here. All right, that was Penitent. Ah, here's a good one. This is one, an uplifting one. One is beautiful, and another one by William Butler Yeats, "The Wild Swans of Cooley."
The trees are in their autumn beauty. The woodland and paths are dry. Under the October twilight, the water mirrors the still sky. Upon the brimming water among the stones are 59 swans.
The 19th autumn has come upon me since I first made my count. I saw before I had well finished all suddenly mount and scatter, wheeling in great broken rings upon their clamorous wings. I have looked upon those brilliant creatures, and now my heart is sore. All's changed since I, hearing at twilight the first time on this shore, the bell beat of their wings above my head, trod with a lighter tread. Unworried still, lover by lover, they paddle in the cold. Companion of bold streams or climb the air, their hearts have not grown old. Passion or conquest, wonder where they will attend upon them still. But now they drift on the still water, mysterious, beautiful. Among what rushes will they build? By what lake's edge or pool? Delight men's eyes when I awake someday, to find they have flown away.
Hit the button. I shouldn't hit the button. Oh well. It was almost over anyways. All right. Yes, that one is so beautiful. All right. All right. Ooh. That means we are at the halfway point of the show. Oh boy. We are going to go back to the beginning of the list and do those were the odd ones on the those were the odd ones in the playlist. Now we're going to the even part of the playlist, starting out with Robert Graves' 1915. This is another country one.
I watched the seasons passing slow, so slow, in the fields between Libassay and Bethune. Primroses and the first warm day of spring, red poppy floods of June, August and yellowing autumn sow. 2 winter nights knee-deep in mud or snow, and you've been everything. Dear, you've been everything that I most lack. In these soul-deadening trenches, pictures, books, that's good. Dear, you've been everything that I most lack in these soul deadening trenches, pictures, books, music, the quiet of an English wood, beautiful comrade looks, the narrow bouldered mountain track, the broad full bosomed ocean, green and black, and peace and all that's good. Dear, you've been everything that I most lack in these soul deadening trenches, pictures, books, music, the quiet of an English wood, beautiful comrade looks, the narrow bouldered mountain track, the broad full bosomed ocean, green and black, and peace and all that's good, and all that's good.
They don't have a doctoral program at UCA, so no. Well, great energy. I'm glad you think so, because there are very few times in your life that you don't realize are life-changing. And I had one several months ago. It was Thanksgiving night when this one right here got me to send her some of my a poem of mine, and we plugged it into Suno. And without that moment, we wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be doing this. So yes, thank you for changing my life. Because without that night, we wouldn't have stuff like this.
If one could have that little head of hers, painted upon a background of pale gold, such as the Tuscan's early art prefers, no shade encroaching on the matchless mold of those two lips, which should be opening soft in the pure profile, not as when she laughs, for that spoils all, but rather as if aloft. Yon hyacinth she loves so leaned its staffs, burthen of honey-colored buds to kiss, and capture twixt the lips apart for this. Then her lithe neck 3 fingers might surround. How it should waver on the pale gold ground, up to the fruit-shaped when it lifts. I know Correggio loves to mass in rifts of heaven. His angel faces orb on orb, breaking its outline, burning shades absorb. But these are only masks there, I should think, waiting to see some wonder momently grow out, stand full, fade slow against the sky. That's the pale ground you'd see this sweet face by. All heaven, meanwhile, condensed into one eye, which fears to lose the wonder should it wink.
Yeah, it's all Ned's fault. Yeah, she said, blame it on Ned. Hey, Netmaster, how is it going, my friend? Glad for you to join us. You got here about the halfway mark of the show, so yeah, if you want to go back and listen to, if you want to go back, you can go ahead and go back. But some of your favorites is coming up here too, so nice for you to join us. Yeah, wicked cool. It's like, when we go through them and hear what Suno has to say about it, and then it's like, maybe we should do this. Let's see here. All I know is that you gave me a pathway to complete and write some lyrics. Hey, yeah, it's awesome. It's a good tool, Yeah. Art therapy as well. Feeling, whatever it, I just think it's cool. Yeah. All right. So here, what are we going to play next? Oh, that one there. We play that one here. Ooh, this one's a nice, smooth one. Beehive, Gene Coomer, or Doomer.
Within this black hive tonight, there swarm 1,000,000 bees. Bees passing in and out the moon. Bees escaping out the moon. Bees returning through the moon. Silver bees intently buzzing, silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I a drone, lying on my back, lipping honey, drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might some far-off farmyard flower. Within this black hive tonight, there swarm a million bees. Bees passing in and out the moon. Bees escaping out the moon. Bees returning through the moon. Silver bees intently buzzing. Silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I, a drone lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. When curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower.
I really like that last line, curl up forever in some farmyard flower. Sounds peaceful. Yes, that's a nice and smooth one. I love that one. It kind of brings the old tear to the eye. I ain't afraid to admit it. Yes, peanut butter and honey sandwiches are awesome. I like honey in my coffee too. Yeah, it is your morning there. How is tomorrow? But yeah, sometimes it happens. I hope you got a good night's sleep, and it's good to know that your mom's business, I think it's a restaurant, right? It's doing good. Good. We always like people to have success here. Yeah. All right. Where are we here? We are at that one. Oh, let's go to this one. Some Alfred Lord Tennyson. Break, break, break.
Break, break, break on that cold grey stone's sea. And I would that my tongue could utter the thoughts that arise in me. Oh, well, for the fisherman's boy that he shouts with his sister at play. Oh, well, for the sailor lad that he sings in his boat on the bay. And the stately ships go on to the haven of hill. But oh, for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. Break, break, break at the foot of that crags, oh sea. But the tender grace of a day that he shouts with his sister at play. Oh well, for the sailor lad that he sings in his boat on the bay. And the stately ships go on to the haven under the hill. But oh, for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. Oh, for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. Break, break at the foot of thy crags, O sea. But the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me.
Well, Glenn. I'm gonna have to remember that one. Glenn. It was that's one of the early tracks that, made me realize that I had something special here. I just need to figure out how to get it out to the world, because gotta remember Glenn. Yes, great beat. I love that. I could just, I don't know. I just gotta figure. I wish I knew how to get this more. There are only a handful of people that call you Kia in real life. Well, I'm glad you let us call you Kia. Although we're not quite in real life here, are we? It's quasi. All right, so that was that one. Oh, this one's a good one. Humorous. Well, they're all good, but let's just play it.
Heaven bless that is the rain. They said what queer book she must have read, but she must have read. Love by whom I was begun. Grant I may not bear a child. Little does she guess today what the world may be. They say what world may be. Snowdrift deep and cover till the spring my murdered lover. Little does she guess. Till the spring my murdered lover. Snowdrift deep and cover till the spring my murdered
I'm telling you, Misha, I got hit after freaking hit after freaking hit. I just gotta figure a way to get them out there. I'm bad at that shit. Ugh, I can barely keep. I'm at 445 subscribers, and I'm. If I was better at self promotion, it'd be a lot easier. I don't know. Yeah, Ned would probably be one of those. You know exactly where that came from. Yeah, I do like the way that sounds like, that Emmylou Harris, kind of like the Dixie Chicks before they dropped the Dixie, because they were, I don't know. You take it back, Okay, that was there. All right, so this is a different vein from that last one. This is heavy, heavy, heavy. Midnight, Alfred Lord Tennyson.
Tis midnight o'er the dimmer's lonely bosom. Dark, dusky, windy midnight swift are driven. The swelling vapors onward, every blossom bathes its bright petals in the tears of heaven. Imperfect, half-seen objects meet the sight. The other half our fancy must portray. One dull, lengthened sheet of swimming light lies the broad lake. The moon conceals her ray, sketched faintly by a pale and lurid gleam, shot through the glimmering clouds. The lovely planet is shrouded in obscurity. The scream of owl is silent, and the rocks of granite rise tall and drearily, while damp and dank hang the thick willows on the reedy bank. Beneath the gurgling eddy slowly creep, blackened by foliage and the glutting wave that saps eternally the cold grey steep. Sounds heavily within the hollow cave. All earth is restless from his glossy wing. The heat fowl lifts his head at intervals. Wet, driving, rainy come the bursting squalls. All nature wears her dun-dead covering. Tempest is gathered and the brooding storm spreads its black mantle over mountains form, and mingled with the rising roar is swelling from the far hunter's booth, the bloodhounds yelling. The water falls in various cadence chiming, or in one loud unbroken sheet descending. Salute each other through the night's dark womb. The moaning pine trees to the wild blast bending are pictured faintly through the checkered gloom. The forest halfway up the mountain climbing resound with crash of falling branches quiver. Their ages mossy trunks. The startled doe leaps from a leafy lair. The swelling river winds his broad stream, majestic, deep and slow. restlessness, you're scared of bed. We never could talk much, and now don't try. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular, each but each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and soaks. For all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books, books. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular, each but each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks. For all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books, books.
Yeah, go ahead and put your links to your channel, to the village, and all that stuff in there. I'm sure most of us are already subbed. I don't know if you are, Natmaster. That's one part of the community. You know, it's a very diverse and very diverse group we've got here. You know. Yeah, Glenn. Yeah, nobody will get it. All right, so yeah, I was going to say something, but I forgot it. So now let me get back to where I was here, because yeah, I forgot to put that one on the playlist, and then I remembered. So we were at, here we are. Piano, D.H. Lawrence.
Softly in the dusk, a woman is singing to me, taking me back down the vista of years, till I see a child sitting under the piano, in the boom of the tingling strings, and pressing the small poised feet of a mother who smiles as she sings. In spite of myself, the insidious mastery of song betrays me back, till the heart of me weeps to belong to the old Sunday evenings at home, with winter outside and hymns in the cozy parlor, the tinkling piano our guide. So now it is vain for the singer to burst into clamor with the great black piano, appassionato, the glamour of childish days is upon me. My manhood is cast down in the flood of remembrance. I weep like a child for the past. So now it is vain for the singer to burst into clamor with the great black piano, appassionato, the glamour of childish days is upon me. My manhood is cast down in the flood of remembrance. I weep like a child for the past. So now it is vain for the singer to burst into clamor with the great black piano, appassionato, the glamour, to the old Sunday evenings at home with winter outside and hymns in the cozy parlor, the tinkling piano our guide, piano our guide, for the past.
Oh, okay. Well, you know how out of the loop I stay on stuff. I'm usually in my own little world doing my own thing. So, cool. Bring it back when you bring it back. It's it's all relative, anyways, in most sense, in most things. Oh, all right. Where are we? All right. Ooh, get ready to do a little booty shaking. Roundel, Sarah Teasdale.
If he could know my songs are all for him, at silver dawn or in the evening glow, would he not smile and think it but a whim
that's why I like playing this one. I remember when we did the original live reaction, it was like had a male singer, and I was like, it just didn't go with it, and it needed to be pumped up and everything. And Jojo Bananas had did this surf one for one named Antics of a Mama Squirrel or whatever. So I call it, given that surf sound, I call it giving the Antics treatment. And if you want to hear what Glenn does, yeah. All right, so we were there. Let's go down here. Okay, so around down. Ooh, around down. Oh, this is a good one here. This one goes out to all of you.
Not marble nor the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive this powerful rhyme, but you shall shine more bright in these contents than unswept stone besmeared with sluggish time. When wasteful war shall statues overturn, and broils root out the work of masonry, nor Mars his sword, nor war's quick fire shall burn the living record of your memory. Gains death and all oblivious enmity, shall you pace forth, your praise shall still find room, even in the eyes of all posterity, that wear this world out to the ending doom. So till the judgment that yourself arise, you live in this, dwell in lovers' eyes. Against death and all oblivious enmity, shall you pace forth, your praise shall still find room, even in the eyes of all posterity, that wear this world out to the ending doom. So till the judgment that yourself arise, so till the judgment that yourself arise, you live in this and dwell in lovers' eyes.
All right, this is going to be one of the last slower ones for the evening.
Apponeck Sweeney spread his knees, letting his arms hang down to laugh. The zebra stripes along his jaw, swelling to maculate giraffe. The circles of the stormy moon slide westward toward the river plate. Death and the raven drift above, and Sweeney guards the horned gate. Gloomy Orion and the dog are veiled and hushed, the shrunken seas. The person in the Spanish Cape tries to sit on Sweeney's knees, slips and pulls the tablecloth, overturns a coffee cup, reorganized upon the floor. She yawns and draws a stocking up. The silent man in mocha brown sprawls at the windowsill and gapes. The waiter brings in oranges, bananas, figs, and hothouse grapes. The silent vertebrate in brown contracts and concentrates, withdraws. Rachel Nerabinovich tears at the grapes with murderous paws. She and the lady in the Cape are suspect, thought to be in league. Therefore the man with heavy eyes declines the gambit, shows fatigue, leaves the room and reappears outside the window, leaning in. Branches of wisteria circumscribe a golden grin. The host with someone indistinct converses at the door apart. The nightingales are singing near the convent of the Sacred Heart. And sang within the bloody wood when Agamemnon cried aloud and let their liquid siftings fall to stain the stiff, dishonored shroud.
Well, I'm glad it does. That is T.S. Eliot after all, you know. That's all I gotta say. T.S. Eliot. No one writes like T.S. Eliot. Yep, and this is the one that started it off. It's on Misha's Suno thing, so if y'all want to hear it. All right, these last couple tracks is going to be like 4, I think. These are all pretty much rockers. So, another Alfred Lord Tennyson. This is the third one of his for this evening. And I didn't even play any. Wow, no Emily Dickinson. Oh, here we go.
O soul, and let us rejoice. For if he thunder by law, the thunder is yet his voice. Law is God, say some. No God at all, says the fool. For all we have power to see is a straight stop bent in a pool. And the ear of man cannot hear, and the eye of man cannot see. But if we could see and hear, this vision were it not he.
Well, dude, you're such a great writer. I thought that, all right, here. Go to this link. It's the Poetry Foundation's thing on T.S. Eliot. Read about him. Scroll all the way down. Read some of his stuff. I recommend the Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Go back to my very first live stream I did where I was reading poetry and stuff, and that was the last one, I read that one, of course, because some of it I guided, others it just brings it out. Like Bookends, that one Bookends, it just brought it out. But that one, the last couple I guided, This is how I'm going to make my mark on the world, Maybe you should remedy that. You're good, man. You're good. All right, let's see here. We were there. Oh, you're going to like this one, Misha. The Little Peach. Oh.
Warmed by the sun and
Yeah, so we got a couple more here. Let's see here. See, when I was putting this together, I was like, oh, I wanted to get, at least an hour and a half. And I'm like, wow. All right, I'm going to switch these two because I think this is one that I do where I give it the Black Sabbath treatment. Don't quote me on it, but here, I think it is.
Mercy still wants the mercy despots feel. Hear it in that battle peal. Read it on yon bristling steel. Ask it ye who will. You see who have done it from the veil. On they come, and will ye quail? Let rain and iron hail. Let their welcome be.
got an impatient dog, and I got one more track. It's a good track to play everybody out. I'll see y'all probably tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably get up in the morning and just do another fucking couple hours. I don't know. But here we go. I'll see y'all out with this. The Unbeliever, Elizabeth Bishop. Ha ha.
He sleeps on the top of a mast with his eyes fast closed. The sails fall away below him like the sheets of his bed, leaving out in the air of the night the sleeper's head. Asleep he was transported there, asleep he curled in a gilded ball on the mast top, or climbed inside a gilded bird, or blindly seated himself astride. I am founded on marble pillars, said a cloud I never moved. See the pillars there in the sea, secure in introspection. He peers at the watery pillars of his reflection. A gull had wings under his and remarked that the air was like marble. He said, up here I tower through the sky, for the marble wings on my tower top fly. But he sleeps on the top of his mast with his eyes closed tight. The gull inquired into his dream, which was, I must not fall. The spangled sea below wants me to fall. It is hard as diamonds, it wants to destroy us
Oh, I love it. I love it. Love it. Sammy Hagar just before Van Halen.